I appreciate y'all coming. I tell you, there's just not enough sports going on right now with the Olympics and the Texans. And, you know, we got out of here last night about 10:30 and raced home, turned the Olympics on. It was trampolining. I didn't know that was an Olympic sport, so fortunately I got to go to bed a little earlier last night. But it's an exciting time at Rice football. We have had an absolute fantastic summer. Listening to those strength coaches, and it is so great after, you know, the summer, you really can't work with them, so it's just fabulous to hear them back in the halls, to hear the laughter and the stories, and to hear them talking to each other out there. Just you already have we'll have a very optimistic feeling about this season because you hear them out there and you hear the personalities. You know, we only have 8 seniors, but they're a great 8. You know, with Sam McGuffey and those, we think we have 3 of the greatest tight ends in the conference and possibly the country. And same those 4 on defense with Corey and Jared Williams and Jamel and Kyle Prater. I mean, just we're excited to get this season going. You know, this team has really starting when the season was over last year. These seniors took the reign and have just been fabulous in holding the rest of this team to the standards and the work ethic. And they're not really tolerant to those that aren't. And it's you can tell there's a chemistry in the hall. You can tell they really like each other, and we can't wait to get it going. I think I think this year we'll set our goals high, and we're going to expect to go to a bowl game. We expect to compete for a conference championship, and that's not coach talk. That's just being around this team and seeing the type of young men they are, and knowing that we have a lot of athletic ability and some depth this season. So we are raring to get it going. I think we're going to, defensively, we've got to reduce some of those big plays we have. I think we can do that with the talent we have, and offensively, I think we have opportunities to be big plays. We just got to take care of that football offensively and create some more turnovers defensively, and I think we're going to get the increases we need on both sides of the football. And, with special teams, with Chris Boswell, I think we are going to have a chance to excel there also. So ready to get it going, and I really am. Practice is this afternoon. I've heard here our freshman class is, that there's some young men in there that may be able to help. And this is going to be our first opportunity to work with those young men today. So we are ready to go. This press conference is an exciting time because it means the season is here. After this, you go change clothes and put a whistle on. There's no textbooks. There's nothing but football for the next 2.5 weeks, and it's a great time to be the head coach at Rice. And I can't wait for you to get around some of these young men to see what type of young men they are and who they represent. And they're going to be honest with you, and we have a feeling we'll be pretty good, huh? All right. Any questions?
Coach, injuries are a part of football, but last year you guys really hit bad. What are your thoughts? I mean, you're going to have a lot of guys back. Right?
We do. You know what? We had some key players injured last year. Like, I think Sam McGuffey had 38 snaps. We have had, our strength coaches have done an unbelievable job this summer on not only on our strength gains, but on flexibility, on speed, and I think that'll be key to keeping a lot of those injuries down. But it's going to be great to have Sam back, and Charles Ross and Philip Gaines and Trey Biggs and Cody Byers. A lot of those guys didn't play last year. So some of them, you look on a piece of paper and we don't appear to have a lot of people back, but, they're not counting Philip Gaines or Trey Briggs or Cody Byers. So we've got some people that had played the year before that have come back this year, got hurt early last season that'll be back now. And I mean it, Matt, we're extremely optimistic.
Coach, it looks like, at least on paper here, Sam, you're using Sam in a variety of different ways. Can you just talk about using versatility?
Well, I think when you see Sam went to join the track team in the heptathlon and decided that he was going to give that a go, and he came in third in Conference USA, he's pretty athletic, and that lets you know right there he's fast. What he is too, he's a wily senior of a lot of campaigns, and he's really invested in this program and invested a lot in Sam, and we expect we're going to play Sam everywhere. We've even worked him a little bit at guard because he's really quick at pulling and jumping on those linebackers. So you're going to see Sam everywhere on the football field, and he's one of those big play guys. We got to get the ball in his hand. Not really, Sam. Okay.
David, with the last few recruiting classes, it used to be where you just needed numbers and you needed bodies to fill the depth chart. Are you now able to, can you just talk about just be more selective in how you do things, and now that you're building these numbers and now that you're getting the quality of
Yeah, I think, competition brings out the best in all of us. I think even though we came out of spring, with the starting five in the O-line, there's still great competition that's going to go on at every position on this football field. And, that's what we've asked them to come over here every day. All we need is their best every day. We need them to come over here with a great attitude, be consistent, compete. Even, you look at that tight end position with Vance McDonald, Luke Wilson, and Taylor Cook. There's so much you can do with just those three guys on this football field, with Sam, with Charles Ross, with Jordan Taylor, Dante Moore. There's competition at every position, and that's why I'm so excited about this freshman class also. There's some guys in there that we think are physical enough that they can compete right now with some of these guys for a starting spot.
Coach, you talk about all the weapons and the different formations, especially your tight ends, et cetera. Are we going to see a lot of different new formations because of that, trying to be able to utilize these guys?
I'm going to let Coach Reagan talk about that, but we're going to be consistent in what we do, but you will see some new wrinkles from the Rice Owls offense this year. But that's like going to the UCLA game. We got to get better at what we do. We got to become experts at what we do. UCLA has a new staff. We think we know what they're going to do. But we just got to worry about us being as good as we can be. And I think, if we can show up here every day, more determined to get better every day that we come over here, you're going to see a very good football team, Jorge. You're going to see an exciting offense.
What about the excitement of kicking off the college football season? That has to be something extra special as well.
Yeah, that's great to get UCLA here on a Thursday night. We're looking forward to getting them at Rice Stadium. That's a great way to start the season. It'll be a great test for us coming right out of the chute. And these guys are thrilled. I mean, they know what UCLA represents.
Does that make a difference heading in the season, having an opponent like that kicking off the season and just kind of the focus of the football team going right out of the gate?
I'll be real honest. I don't think that first game, I don't know that it really matters who you play. We're excited because it's UCLA, but you're going to be excited that first one. It doesn't matter who your opponent is. We have set our goals high this year, and that's going to be the first step in trying to achieve our goals.
What do you want to see in the early part of camp? What's the area, or is there something that you need to focus on immediately? You know what? One of the things we will stress, and we will stress daily, is ball security offensively, takeaways defensively, and coming over here with an enthusiasm that you're going to get better. We need to make sure that these young men are becoming experts at their position. We need to take what we learn, and there's a lot of retention here. There's going to be a lot of retention from the meetings to the field, and that every day we come over here with the attitude, we're going to get better. We're going to get better. And you come over here and you work your tail off and you get better. And that's, teamwork is rare. And we need to just be the greatest team we can be. We need 11 guys on offense and defense and special teams. And it is true, we need to have one heartbeat. From Media Day, any changes to everybody reported, and as far as the guys that you didn't expect, are they still not? I don't think there's any surprises out there.
So can you talk about Cameron? Also being that defense lead?
Yeah, Cameron Nwasu, I tell you what, he's an exciting player. And I think you're referring to the honor jerseys we're going to do this year. Cameron, I got together with our director of athletics, Rick Greenspan, and we talked about doing honor jerseys. And we went through, the history of Rice, and you see that King Hill was the number one player taken in the NFL draft in 1958. And, he just passed away. But when we decided to do that, King was actually making plans to be at the UCLA game, be on the sidelines. And Turner Peterson is going to wear number 26 this season in honor of King Hill. And on defense, Cam Nwasu is going to wear 57 in honor of O.J. Brigance. O.J. Brigance played at Rice and played for the Ravens and won a Super Bowl and is fighting Lou Gehrig's disease. And I'm going to tell you, when we told King, he was so excited, and O.J. was so excited. And I think it's just thrilled that those young men have given up their jersey number to play for the players from the past. I mean, it's an honor for these two young men, and I think it's great we're honoring players from the past, and we will continue to do that.
Is it just trying to do one a year offense?
Yeah.
Because I guess you've done Dillard and Chase already, or
well, these are, this is first year really calling them honor jersey. We haven't set a time frame, but I think we'll give them at least 10 years out of here. Cycle them back through. But there's no doubt they'll be in this conversation somewhere along the way.
Is that something that, the tradition, it's important for them to embrace, at least to know what happens?
Well, I tell you, one of the things we're going to do, if you look at our stadium and you see the names that are up from King Hill, Cassie Johnson, Wendell Hubden, we'll assign some of the freshmen where they will have to research the names of the past and give a report to us. I think the history of this program is extremely important to where we are now. You look at those 40s and 50s team, what's amazing, in 49 Rice won the conference. 53 they won the conference. In 57 they won the conference. We have a history of success here. And I think we need to start learning from the past to keep improving in the future.
Along those same lines, what does it mean to you to be getting ready to coach the 100th season of Rice football?
What does it mean to me? I am fired up. You know what? I really am. You pull up here, about 2 days ago, you get really as a coach where you really don't sleep because you're so excited about what's coming. And, you set your alarm this morning for 5:30, but you wake up at 4 and 4:15 and 4:30, and you pull in here, and you absolutely get goosebumps when you pull into this stadium and you see down there and you think about the 100 years of Rice and you think about the great players of the past and you think about these great players we have today, and you realize, God, what an honor it is to be the head coach at Rice University for what this university has represented for 100 years, academically, athletically. And we got a chance, we're going to do our best to give the fans a season to remember in our 100th year.
Coach, talk about your quarterback, Taylor McCarty, what his growth.
Well, Taylor, he had a great spring and he's had a great summer. And if you watch him, he's got his confidence back. He's got his swagger back. He has, he had that really good freshman year, obviously struggled last year. We're expecting Taylor to take care of the ball and move this offense. And he is very capable. And like I said, he's got it. Once he got his confidence back, we expect big things out of Taylor McCarty. And we also know that with Dreyfus, that Taylor comes over here every day and goes to work because he's got a young man, pushing him. And Taylor's very aware of what his role will be. And bottom line, he's got to take care of the football, manage those chains, and get the ball where we need it. Anything else?
On the lines, can you just kind of address, I know that was an area that you need to, especially defensive line, just depth. I mean, what you can do there or at this point? Or?
We went through spring without Ross Winship. So Ross is back. He's ready to go. Christian Covington's 290. Ross is 290. Nico Carlson's 290. Jamel Thomas is about 280. So, that's if I have trouble sleeping about anything at night, it's right now it's that interior D-line because we have some young, inexperienced players that are very talented. And that's what, we've challenged them to be experts at their position. And we've talked to them about, we need them to be experts August 30th. And that's, nobody walked on the moon, but they trained so hard here, they were pretty good at it in 69, and we know those guys do approach it that way.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but you had mentioned the
Stewart?
Yeah.
Uchentoff?
Yeah. The two transfers, I mean, you made it a point, the first with Richard talking about how important it was to get him in here and have somebody established at center, but now you've got an option there where somebody can come in. Can you kind of just talk about those key spots there?
You're talking about Nate at center. That was a big get for us. Nate had attended a 4-year university first, came back, and junior college, it's sometimes hard to find those guys that are academically admissible to Rice. But Nate's one of those guys. He wants to be a constitutional attorney. He's brilliant. He came in this spring and has already learned our protection. And he was a junior college All-American. And he's actually had one semester through how hard he's worked, turned into a leader in that offensive line. He is infecting that group with success. And that's a group of guys you need to be that way. You talk about 5 guys that got to operate at one, and they got to be intelligent, they got to be tough, and they got to have a mental toughness about them. And Nate possesses all the abilities we need for him to be great. And then for Stewart was a qualifier out of high school that decided to come out of junior college, and all of a sudden Stewart was 6'4", 290. So he had a year of growing, and he grew into quite a good-looking young man. So we were excited. He's from Cinco Ranch, and excited he wanted to stay home to continue his career at Rice.
Now, will he have 3 years left?
He's got 3 years left, with a redshirt year available if needed.
Could you talk about your secondary and how you feel that unit stacks up to others in the conference?
Yeah, I think really you look where Bryce Callahan left off last season with 6 interceptions. We had lost Phillip Gaines last season. He's back. Phillip would be really to his 3rd year starting for us. Corey Frazier's in his 4th year starting for us at a high safety. Paul Porras is in his 3rd year. And we've moved Malcolm Hill to a strong, and we have Gabe Baker at a strong safety. We think our frontline people, that we'll have the athletic ability to reduce some of those big plays. I'm excited about this football team from top to bottom. Anything else? Where's it go from here? Chuck. Y'all know Chuck Pull, the greatest SID in America. Right here. Chuck. Can we hear it for Chuck Pull, guys?
Hey. All right.